So hello everybody, and thank you all for coming along. So we're going to give the awards, and say what the choice of the jury was. First of all, a couple of words to say that there were 4 projects. These 4 projects started with 4 images. Valéry Giscard d'Estaing leaving the Élysée in 1981. There was an image of an atomic explosion in Tahiti in 1975, Rostropovich in front of the Berlin Wall in November 89, and then the final image was August 44 from the liberation. So you've got a tank in August 44 when Paris was liberated. So 4 different periods, 4 different images, 4 teams who drew these images by lots, and they had 48 hours to invent something off camera, so to speak. Now this was a big challenge. It's a creative challenge because when you're looking at an archive image, historians are going to say what's going to be, what's been going on, what was going on, and of course the off-camera didn't exist, and when the idea came up, we were given the idea, we thought it was fantastic, and I think we were right. I think we got it. I think it was a good idea for them to suggest this, and it corresponded as well to a real desire to show archive images differently, whatever they are, and editorialize them and give them an archive image has always got value, but try and give back a new value, and new value to archive images with a tone which is contemporary, with something which is very creative. Now, so on Friday evening we got together. You've got the members of the jury here, Frédéric Chausuet, Fabien Gaffez and Gilles Fressigné. We looked at the 4 projects several times, and then we went to a cafe to deliberate. So we've got lots of surprises, because our deliberation brought up lots of surprises. So it's virtual reality deliberation in a way. So I'm doing a bit of teasing too. I'm playing for time. So we had a few drinks, and then we couldn't really decide. So I'm going to explain why we couldn't decide. Well, not because we didn't agree. We were fairly consensual, but we couldn't decide because we thought the 4 themes, the 4 films were fantastic. So it was really difficult to choose winners and losers, winners and less winners, shall we say. So we talked about it for a while. All the same, fairly quickly we agreed on a project, and then it was much more complicated, and there's going to be a surprise at the end. So we're not going to keep people hanging on, because the people are here, they're waiting with bated breath. So the first jury award, the project called Slava, an image of Rostropovich in front of the Berlin Wall in 1989. So quite simply, a quick word, and then I'll hand over to the members of the jury. Congratulations. So why did this project stand out? Well, for us it was the most relevant in terms of reconstituting the archive, the most creative, the one that mixed image and sound best. In terms of narrative, yes, narrative, creative, poetic dimension, it was clearly the most relevant, even if, once again, and you'll see what's after, it was very difficult to decide between them, because excellent projects in just 48 hours. So I've got to hand over to Frédéric, perhaps, A quick word. Well, I think everything's been said, but we loved the graphics, we loved the avant-garde idea of reset and the demanding dialogues. We loved the Bocal, we loved the graphics and the humour of VGE. You know, I saw it 4 times. You even saw it in 2D. I even saw it in 2D. Yeah, we all saw it in 2D first time. So we found it difficult to click on the right button. No, we all had our own favourites, and we all got a real slap in the face when we learned that it was 2 hours to think about it, 48 hours to do it. I mean, it was just incredible, and the dramatisation was amazing. So yes, you can do it in 2 hours. So well done everybody, well done the teams, and I think that's it. I think you were the summary of a great number of media, and it was very elegant, relevant, and 48 hours to do something so beautiful. I mean, you know, it was incredible. I mean, it was a bit sort of love VR, you know. So well done everybody. Well done Ina, well done Forum des Images. And for using these archive images and universal heritage. Well, I can't really add much except to say that I was really amazed by the fact that you say, okay, you're going to work with an archive image for 2 hours to imagine the script, the idea, the scenario, and then you know, an image that you troubadours, and then you're going to get something interesting, okay, you think, but no, I think we were really amazed and very moved as well by this film because of the archives, the way it was used. I think it was one of the most beautiful ways of bringing to life a piece of archive footage. So I was very fascinated by this. Do you want to say a word? Well, thank you very much. A big thank you to Ina and Univers and the Forum des Images, yeah. We're very happy to have done this. And happy to have created something which creates a certain emotion. And that's what we're wanting to do. Have something a little bit emotional and bring the archive to a more modern time and give it a little more power. So the surprise is that we've changed the price. You're going to get 3,000 euros, don't worry. So rest assured, we haven't taken anything away. We've added some. So we thought it was just so good. So as long as that, we think it deserved to win the training as well. So trainer Bruno is in charge of training at Ina, but you've got the jackpot. You've got money and training. Well, thank you very much. So now, of course, and there was a second prize. And this is where it's really difficult as well. And this is for the second prize now. So the second award, an equal. So, au revoir, VGE, Bocal and Reset. That's a surprise. It's not that we couldn't decide. It's not that. It's not that we couldn't decide between you. It's we thought that all 3 projects deserved an award because there were 3 very good projects as well. Do you want to add anything now? No, I think we've already said it. So, Bocal, Reset, and Au revoir VGE, and one humorous, one. You know, each had their own scenario. They had their own creative ability. If you're there, come on down.
Donc au total, si je ne me trompe pas, ça fait
So I
22
think that's
personnes.
22
Il faut
people.
quand même aussi remercier, je crois que
We
c'est
need
très
to,
important,
I think it's very important as well.
vos mentors.
And
Il y a
we've got to
4
thank your mentors. There were
qui,
4
durant
mentors
48 heures,
who, over the
ont
48 hours,
accompagné ces 22 personnes, et donc ces
accompanied
4 équipes.
Stefan de
Donc,
Perse,
merci
these 22 people and the
Benjamin
teams.
Auguet,
Benjamin
Arnaud
Auguet, Arnaud
Labaronne,
Labaronne, Yves
et
Begot,
Nicolas
Bourdiquel.
Et vraiment, je crois que le travail
And I think
d'accompagnement était
accompanying
évidemment
work, mentoring
très
work
important.
was very important.
Donc, et là, je vais laisser la parole
So I'm going to hand
à
over
Bruno,
to Bruno,
puisque vous remportez tous une formation.
because you all
Du coup,
win
ouais.
training.
Et attendez, c'est pas fini. Enfin, je vous ai dit que c'était un jury de plein de surprises. Je me suis pas
So I said it was a surprise, you know.
Donc, et cette formation comporte
And
une
this
petite surprise.
has got another surprise,
Elle aussi, c'est
an extra
c'est la
surprise.
surprise que j'ai appris vendredi.
This is the surprise I learnt on Friday
Ils m'ont appelé en me disant qu'ils n'arrivaient pas à départager.
when they said that I was going to have to come along and
c'est
make
vrai
a decision.
qu'à l'origine, alors,
And
pour ceux qui connaissent
originally,
pas
if
le
you
centre
don't
de
know,
formation l'INA, parce qu'on connaît
the
beaucoup les
INA
images d'archives, on a
training
toujours des
center,
formations, on a
everybody
tout
knows the
un
archive footage,
en
but
catalogue, et le but c'est toujours
but the
d'être
aim
innovant. Il se trouve
is
qu'on
to be
est en train de
innovative.
bâtir toute une offre de formation autour
and
de
we've got a
VR.
training offering on VR.
Vous êtes en plein dedans.
So you're
Donc
right in there.
le vainqueur devait
So the winner
avoir 2 jours de formation
was going to get 2 days to do it.
Et puis,
And
avec
then,
les discussions
with the
avec
discussions
Agnès,
with Agnès,
vendredi soir, on s'est dit,
we
ok,
said, okay,
il y a 20 personnes
and there's 20
qui
people
sont plutôt
who
pas mal apparemment.
are pretty
C'est
good.
vrai que j'ai vu vos films tout à l'heure.
I saw your films earlier on.
Je suis assez
Congratulations,
impressionné.
I'm
En
impressed.
48 heures,
You know, in 48
c'est un
hours,
beau projet.
it's
Donc,
it's
on
great.
a
So
décidé
what we decided to
de
do,
vous faire choisir
rather
dans le
than
catalogue de formation
get you to
que
choose
je
from the
donne, on va vous le faire sur
catalogue,
mesure.
we're going to do it
C'est-à-dire
tailor-made
qu'avec notre responsable
with
Laurent
our-
Mazzi,
with Laura Mazzi,
de
who is in
VR,
charge of
on va vous
VR.
bâtir une offre de
We're going
formation
to
sur
create
mesure sur
something
5 jours.
specific over 5
Alors, vous serez
days.
tous ensemble.
You'll all be
Ça vous
together.
permettra d'être
So that,
un esprit de groupe.
you know, you can
Alors,
get a
évidemment,
group
comme vous
spirit.
êtes un peu nombreux, on fera
I
peut-être
mean,
2
it's,
groupes en même
maybe
temps,
we'll
mais
have
vous
2
aurez
groups,
l'occasion
but
de vous retrouver
you'll be
ensemble
work,
dans
you know,
vos
you'll be
positions
together
que vous avez pu découvrir
in,
avec Lilia, qui
you
est
know, with
présente.
Lilia, who's
Donc,
here.
tu vas pouvoir les raccueillir bientôt.
They'll be able to welcome them.
Et c'est vrai que
And,
dans cette formation, non seulement
so
vous
in
apprendre
that,
les
we'll
éléments qui peuvent vous
we'll
manquer
talk
encore,
about
et surtout
some
l'art
things that
du
you might be
speech
lacking,
pour vendre
but
votre projet,
as well the art of the
apparemment,
pitch, so you can sell your
qui
projects.
seront à venir.
Because this is something that I think you're going to need in the future,
De talent
because you're
prometteur.
talented
Donc,
and
on compte
extremely
sur vous, en tout
promising.
cas.
So we're
Et,
counting on you.
Très heureux aussi
And,
de voir une ancienne master INA
Very happy to see a
qui est
former
dans les images.
master
Ça fait plaisir.
student from INA.
L'idée, enfin en tout cas, c'est ce qu'on espère, hein, c'est de
What we're
pouvoir
hoping
vous
for is to be
accompagner.
able to support you, accompany you. 48 hours was short, and support you to finalize your projects and present them to broadcasters and take you right through to the end, because I think your 4 projects deserve this.
Bravo à tous.
Congratulations.
Eh bien, il me reste à
So,
remercier bien
I'd
sûr
like to
le Forum
thank
des
the Forum des Images.
VR, si ça n'a pas déjà été fait, les équipes
Has
de
been
l'INA
done, the
aussi,
people from INA,
Canel Bazin, à la
Canel
com,
Bazin,
Amandine Collinet qui est à
and
l'origine
Amandine Colina,
de ce
who was
projet,
the originator of this
la
project,
formation, bien sûr,
the training
qui vous
department,
offre gracieusement
who is giving you this
formation de 5 jours.
this course.
Et pour ceux qui ne l'ont pas encore vu, on vous encourage vraiment à
And if
aller
you
voir
haven't
les
seen
4
them,
projets.
encourage you to go and see them.
Ça vaudra mieux qu'un long discours.
It's better than a long speech.
Ouais. On vous rappellera après. Bravo. C'était le plus grand de tous les.
So that was the biggest prize.
Maintenant, le deuxième.
Now
on va
the second,
remettre,
we're going to give
dans la deuxième section, on va
in the
remettre
second section, we're going to give
prix francophone
the first
de la
French
réalité
language
virtuelle,
award,
qui a été, organisé
virtual reality, which was
en
organised in partnership,
avec TV5
in cooperation with
Juste
TV5
un
World.
petit mot,
Just
le
a quick
festival
word,
est
the
naturellement
festival
international.
is
Dès la
international.
première année, on avait une sélection des
We
films
had
du monde
a
entier.
selection of films
Cette
from
année,
around the
on a
world
eu
the
la
first
chance
year.
d'avoir et les films
We've
et
got
les
the
auteurs,
films and the
d'un peu partout, de la
filmmakers
Germanie, des
from
États-Unis,
Burma, from the US,
du Canada et
from
d'Europe.
Canada and Europe.
Maintenant, ça nous
Now,
paraissait naturel
it was
d'aller au-delà
natural
de
for us to go
française,
beyond
de s'élargir à la
French
VR
VR and
francophone
open up to
et naturellement de le faire avec TV5 Monde.
do this with
C'est un
TV5
nouveau
World.
prix,
So a
c'est
new
un prix
award,
aussi
is very important. Of course, you can imagine that this was the selection was made with Western French-speaking countries, but you could imagine other countries too in the following years. So the jury, Gilles Rousseau, Cécile Kenya, and Marina for Rio. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for coming along. Thank you to the Forum des Images, who has enabled us to see lots of wonderful things. So, what we've chosen took us away, blew us away, took us into the most beautiful areas of film, and for the French-speaking film, we've chosen Kinescope.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
Philippe and
Clément aren't here tonight because they're working on the radio. You know that Philippe Collin works on France Inter, but on Arte as well. So I produced this with Novella Productions, so they'll be very happy. Just on the story of this project, it was the first VR project of Philippe and Clément. And they came and they said, we've seen great things on VR, we want to do something. And they looked at it from the point of view of what they knew how to do. So that's animation using it's not 3D, in fact it's a multi-shot system, and that's why they call it Kinescope. And this came from work with the Cinémathèque Française, and it was on something called From Méliès to Avatar, and the Google Film Institute, and we've had a great deal of satisfaction creating new collaboration like we do with Cinémathèque and Google. So we're really very happy, and I think that Philippe and Clément will be thrilled. Thank you very much. So just add a word, we were trapped when we saw two films in 2D, and for French speaking, French language VR, we found that two of them were in English, and so we went to the organizers, and we just wanted to know if there was really a French version, and this is the case for Kinescope, which is in French or English version. Michael, we were concise. So now the Grand Prix that we called the Masque d'Or, the Golden Mask, but last year we announced the birth of a VR festival here, thanks to the CNC at the Cannes Film Festival. So it's a little nudge, a little wink to that, to the Cannes Film Festival. So there are two fundamentals at the festival, which is professional and general public, so showing work, meeting auteurs, but as well, since the very beginning and for the past year now, is the organizational course creation. And we want to show what can be done. And this year it was a wonderful challenge with INA. And as well, we've got what we call the VR Lab, where producers and filmmakers from series, traditional cinema, and non-digital come together, they work together, they film, they come together for 3 days and work together, and they give the award. So we've got a jury of filmmakers and producers who will be giving, so they're traditional and they're giving it to something digital. So I'm going to call all of the members of the jury of the Lab, who've been here for several days, to come on down. Olivier Pibas, Cédric Collin, David Chou, Rachel Lang, and José Anjambo.
Alors bonsoir.
Good evening.
Déjà, on voulait remercier le
First of all,
festival
we'd
de
like to
nous
thank
avoir
the
invités parce
festival
que
for
on
inviting
était
us,
tous, on a
and
tous
because
vécu des choses assez
we've all
extraordinaires.
experienced
Et
extraordinary things.
voilà, on était censé remettre un seul prix. Et
We
comme
were meant to be
on a
giving
vu
one
quelque
award,
chose de très bonne qualité,
and we had
on s'est permis
excellent
de
quality.
donner un
We've
prix
decided
spécial du jury.
to give a special
qui va
jury
être
award.
annoncé.
On voulait un petit mot sur le film qui va
A quick word on the
qui
film
a remporté
that's
ce prix.
won this
On
award.
voulait
We wanted
récompenser
to
la richesse
reward
visuelle,
the visual
l'exploration
richness and
sensorielle que nous a
sensorial exploration
offert ce film.
that this film gave us.
Notez qu'il y avait une réelle cohérence
There was a
entre
real
le fond et la
consistency
forme,
between the substance
entre
and the
les
form,
effets spéciaux
with the
et les
special
choses de vue
effects
réelle.
and live
Puis,
action,
petit clin d'œil à
and
l'excellence
as
française
well
dans la production VR.
French
Donc,
excellence in
je
VR
reviens
production
au film Altération.
and its alteration.
Il n'y avait pas de petite statuette masque
So there's no little
d'or
golden mask,
pour vous,
but a
mais
little
elle va
statuette.
arriver, elle est en fabrication.
But
en
it's
ce
being
moment.
made. It's going to be coming. It's on its way.
Grand merci.
Well, a
Merci,
big thank you.
je suis très honoré que
It's a great honor
d'avoir le prix.
to have the prize, to have
Je
the
voulais quand
award.
même remercier
And I'd
pour,
like to
un
thank
peu
you
original,
for
Antoine et Pierre,
you know,
sans qui,
Antoine
le
and
film
Pierre,
n'existait
without whom this
simplement
film
pas, en fait.
couldn't exist. And
bonjour à mes enfants en même temps.
hi to my kids as
Et,
well.
Très honoré, surtout par
It's a great honor
d'un jury aussi,
from
aussi prestigieux.
Such a prestigious jury as well.
Monsieur Jodorowsky, mais voilà, ça fait grand plaisir. Grand
So it's a great pleasure.
Et merci encore.
So thank you very much.
Mot.
Quick word.
Je remercie le festival.
I'd like to thank the festival.
Une belle seconde édition, j'espère qu'il y en
A
aura
great
plein d'autres.
second edition, I hope, and many, many more.
Et puis merci beaucoup au
And thank
jury.
you to the
Et à
jury.
toi.
And to you.
Moi aussi, merci à vous.
Yeah, thank you.
Et on a vu vu beaucoup de belles choses. Donc,
We saw lots
la
of
concurrence
great
était rude,
things.
et,
The competition
on est
was
très
tough,
fiers de ce prix.
and we're very proud of this award.
Bonsoir, donc
Good
je vais
evening.
annoncer le Grand Prix.
Well, I'm
Avant
going
ça,
to
je
announce
confirme
the Grand Prix,
effectivement
but
que
I'd like to say
c'était
that it
Alexandre
was
Cédric Bonin qui est producteur VR. C'est la
Cédric
première fois
Bonin.
pour les 4 autres membres du jury qu'on voyait des
who
films en
is
VR.
in VR. He's a VR producer, but for us other four, it was the first time we'd seen films in VR.
Et ça a été, je
It
pense,
was the first time we'd experienced it,
qui en sont sortis ont été extrêmement
and
séduits,
I think we're all
stimulés
extremely attracted
et très portés
by
par
this
les
and
propositions qui ont été portées
by
par
the
les films de la
proposals that were made
compétition,
by the films in
qui à chaque
competition.
fois
And
posaient
each
de nouvelles
time
questions et proposaient
they
de
raised
nouvelles
new
choses en
questions,
question
new
sur
things,
les questions de la mise en scène, sur les questions de la forme,
questions
sur les questions
of
de point de vue,
directing, of
sur la question
cutting,
de la
of
croyance.
point of view, of
Ça, je
belief.
pense, ça a été
And I think
extrêmement
that was
enrichissant
extremely
pour nous
enriching for
et
us.
ça nous a donné beaucoup de
And it
curiosité
gave
de
us
voir
a great deal of
ce qu'on peut faire
curiosity
avec de la VR
to see
et
what
quels
you
sont
can
les
do
films
with
qui vont
VR.
arriver derrière. Pour le film auquel
For
on a
the
décidé de donner le
film,
Grand Prix, c'était une
we decided to give
décision
the Grand Prix to,
unanime.
was a unanimous decision.
Il y a un film qui nous a vraiment tous séduits,
There's a film that
qui à la fois posait très bien ces questions-là,
really raised
que
these
j'ai
questions
évoquées
very well.
de
We were
mise en
all
scène, notamment
taken in by
sur la
this
question
film,
du jeu
taken,
d'acteur, qu'est-ce que devient le jeu
the
d'acteur.
performance and the
Bon,
performance
ça,
of.
déjà donné des indices sur le film, mais
I've
qu'est-ce que
given you
devient le jeu
some
d'acteur
ideas
dans
already,
un film en
but
VR,
in a VR film,
compte
which
tenu
is
des
the role of
contraintes
the actor,
techniques de la
given the
captation
technical constraints
d'un
of
plan,
shooting
sur la
an
question
image,
du
capturing an
hors-champ,
image, the idea
question
of things going on
dominante
off
du cinéma
camera,
dit classique, mais qu'est-ce que devient le hors-champ, qu'est-ce que
you know,
devient
what
vraiment
happens
le hors-champ sonore, et c'est
to
vraiment une
sound
question qui est
off
travaillée à
camera.
travers le film. On a été aussi séduit par le
As well,
fait
the fact that,
d'un film qui assumait complètement
a
aussi
film
de raconter une histoire, d'aller dans le
which
récit et de
told a
se poser la
story
question de comment raconter
and
une
asked the
histoire
question of
différemment
how to tell a
à
story
travers un film
differently
VR qui amenait même,
through a VR film.
de l'aveu de certains des membres du jury, à une certaine forme
And
d'émotion
a
relativement
certain
nouvelle, parce que justement il y
feeling of
avait
emotion.
cette question de la croyance dont je parlais, qui est
Because
vraiment
the,
aussi dans ce film-là quelque chose qui apporte
there
sans
was
doute la VR que
you know,
peut-être
VR
peu difficilement,
can bring
peu
something
moins
which
le
is
cinéma, qui est de déplacer le regard et
you know,
de
going
tout d'un coup
beyond
nous proposer l'expérience de vivre,
the experience of living
d'avoir les
things
sentiments
from
d'un point de vue
just the
différent du
feeling of
nôtre,
a different
et
point
de
of view
l'expérience de voir quelque
and the
chose
experience of seeing
par le
something
cerveau est assimilé comme une
which
vraie expérience
can
vécue.
be
Donc ça, évidemment, je m'en remets un peu les
experienced
pinceaux,
as something as
mais
a
en
real
tout cas
life
quelque chose
experience.
d'extrêmement stimulant
That's extremely
dans ce film et dans
stimulating in
d'autres
this film
films.
and other
Et
films as well.
enfin, peut-être
finally,
aussi un film
A film
qui nous accordait de la liberté en tant
gave
que
us a great deal
spectateur.
of freedom
Et là, je fais une remarque peut-être un peu
as a
personnelle
viewer
sur
and a
le fait
personal
que
thing on
on
the
a eu
fact
aussi
that
peut-être parfois le sentiment
sometimes you
de
get the
film
feeling
qui,
of a film
qui sous couvert de cette exploration cette
with
exploration de technologie
this
nous imposait
technological
parfois une
exploration
vision.
sometimes
Et là, ça faisait du bien aussi de voir un
imposed
film
a vision
ouvrait l'espace,
But
qui nous
this
donnait
was
aussi de la
opening
liberté
up
en
the
tant
space and
que
giving us
spectateur
freedom
de balader son regard,
to
d'aller
move around,
assouvir parfois la
to,
pulsion voyeuriste qui
you know, be
sort
almost
de l'effort, d'aller
voyeuristic
regarder
sometimes,
tout d'un coup le visage d'un
you know,
acteur en
looking
train
at
de
the face of
jouer,
an
ou
actor
le visage d'un
acting,
personnage
or,
sur la
or
longueur,
somebody
d'aller se balader dans le
you know,
décor comme on
going
l'avait peut-être
into
jamais
the
vu
decor in a way that we'd
complètement
never
dans
have done
le
it
cinéma
before
classique.
in
Et tout
classic
ça pour
cinema.
dire que le Grand Prix
And so
est
the
attribué au
Grand
film
Prix goes to
de Félix
Miumi.
Lajeunesse et de Paul Raphaël.
Raphael and Félix Lajeunesse.
Alors les cinéastes qui sont canadiens,
they're
si
Canadian,
je ne me trompe pas,
I think,
ne sont pas présents,
and so
mais
they're not
apparemment
here,
ils ont préparé une vidéo
but
de
they prepared a
remerciement.
little video
Nous allons découvrir en même temps que vous.
which we're going to discuss.
Bonsoir à tous de Montréal. On vient d'apprendre que Miumi a gagné le masque d'or du Paris Virtual Film Festival. Thank you very much. Félix est présentement dans une fête d'enfants avec ses enfants. Alors, c'est à moi l'honneur de vous remercier pour cet honneur. Alors, qui d'entre vous a vu l'expérience? Levez vos mains. Alors, pour tous ceux qui n'ont pas eu la chance, c'est une comédie de 40 minutes in virtual reality dans laquelle vous prenez la forme d'un petit robot jouet dans une famille de banlieue américaine dans les années 80. Un indice, il y a un petit easter egg dans l'expérience, une scène cachée de 5 minutes avec le créateur du robot, joué par Jeff Goldblum, donc vous vous souvenez peut-être du film Earth Girls Are Easy. Alors, ça vaut vraiment la peine de vous taper les 40 minutes à plusieurs reprises pour trouver ce petit bijou. Donc, c'est pas mal ça, comme on dirait ici au Québec. Merci encore et au plaisir de vous rencontrer un jour dans la rue par hasard. Ciao!
On reverra bientôt plus.
So we'll see the price. So,
C'est la fin de cette
so it's the end of this
édition
second
du
edition
Paris Film Festival.
of Paris Virtual Film
Justement,
Festival.
pour clôturer,
Just to
on
close,
rappelle donc tous
remind you,
les jurys
you know, the
et
juries
gagnants pour une
and the
dernière
winners.
photo de famille.
Just a final
Après,
photo, and then off we go. Thank
la
you.
deuxième aventure s'arrêtera.
Là, t'auras pas à courir.
J'espère que non. Hier, il y avait un problème dans le train.
Ah ouais.
Ouais.
Ce que j'allais dire après, c'est que je savais pas où le remettre.
Non,
C'est
mais
à l'extérieur. ou
ouais, c'est à l'extérieur.
Et c'est à quelqu'un qui.
Ouais. Ouais, mais je vais me.
C'est bon.
Allez, ça c'est le.
On peut brancher.
On va laisser
On
là,
laisse
ils vont
ça.
faire le tour.
Ok.